Good day, everyone. This is Pilot Noodles, and welcome to DDO Players News, where we take a look at the latest news in DDO and on the tabletop. And please welcome my co-host from Ravenloft, Dracula.
Hey now, everybody. How's it going?
Hello there, Drac. Have the local Ravenloft adjourns finally stopped bugging you?
Not so much.
Ah.
Better, but not quite there.
Well, apparently, I hope they haven't been exiled to exist forever in your bloodstream.
Yeah, I hope not, because I'm telling you, this is like, what, a week and a half now? So enough is enough of this.
Heck. Let's go and see what's in the news. And it looks like we've got a little patch update. 42, patch number 2 has been released. And anything interesting in there?
There is a couple of things. This was released Tuesday, June 11th, for those keeping score of such things. There is a new item that is in the DDO store. It is of interest to anybody that is going to be doing a racial reincarnation. Name of the item is called the Wish for Memories. This Wish for Memories item will allow you to use it along with your Heart of Blood when you're doing your racial reincarnation. And you will use your wish, and then you will be able to select any race that you own on your account. So upon completion of your reincarnation, you will gain a past life of that wish that you used. So, for example, you are a tiefling and you want to earn the racial past life feat of a human, but you want to stay playing a tiefling, you purchase the wish for the human memories in the store. You have your Heart of Blood, you go do your TR, you're still a tiefling, but oh look, you have the human past life, which you actually never had, but you had the wish that granted it to you. The important thing to keep in mind with this is you must own the race you want to racial past life on. You won't even see it in the store. I should make a video on this just to show you what it looks like in the store. There are different wish items for each race. So it will say, wish human, wish dwarf, wish tiefling. As long as you own that race, you will see it show up in the store. So if you don't own the race, you're not going to see it show up. So keep that in mind.
Now, I have a question here.
Okay.
What if it's one that you've unlocked for that server due to favor?
You should, I think, get it because technically you quote unquote own that.
Okay, if you do it from that server, I presume.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I think I'll have to check exactly how that works. But so yeah, this is a lot of people are excited about this. What it's really going to do is if you have just like one race you really dislike, you can just skip actually quote unquote playing through that reincarnation and you can just get the past life.
It
So
was one. It was a past life that you don't normally think.
exactly. There you go. There you go. So yeah, so that is available in the store now. The other big thing, really, for this patch was they adjusted a lot of the difficulty on the new raid Too Hot to Handle, as this raid is
Was too hot to handle.
is too hot to handle. Basically, yeah, it's so far as of I know Wednesday. I watched the very beginning of Cordovan's weekly lifetime stream or lunchtime stream. Nobody has done an epic or legendary completion of the raid yet. There's been a lot of heroic ones and normal, but no epic or no legendary. They toned down some of the stuff. They said they adjusted some of the numbers to see because they're trying to make it a little easy, but not a cakewalk. They don't want to. But still, so far nobody's beat it. So this is proving to be a very difficult raid, I guess. So we'll see what happens after this adjustment. I know I kind of peeked in on the forums, and people are still saying parts of it are still really, really hard. So And if you know anything about the DDO rating community, that is like the best of the best. I mean, these people know what the heck they're doing. They know how to play. They are really good players. And if they can't beat the thing on Elite or Legendary, yeah, it's a tough raid. So we'll see if these adjustments they've made help or not. But as I said, as of Wednesday, which would have be yesterday as we're recording this on Cordoban's weekly live stream, nobody still has completed it. So we'll see by the weekend. Maybe people will get in this weekend and really see what they can do with it.
Yes, because one day in the middle of a week is probably going to
Right.
have difficulty in even the best raid group of being able to get time to do it. Yes.
And then also in our patches, just a little bit of work to Sharn, some of the quests, some of the items here and there. You can go ahead and click over on the show notes to get the full patch notes. There's quite a bit of stuff in here. A lot of just Sharn tweaks here and there, the raid tweaks. I think the big thing is the raid adjustment and the new Wish for Memories in the store. And that is a quick look at our Update 42 Patch 2 release notes.
Then let's continue with the DDO Chronicle issue 337, where it's
It's
that
something Sharny, but I don't know what to tell you it is.
yeah, it sounds like something in a dungeon that we haven't done yet, would be my guess.
Sure, it looks Sharny though, so somewhere in the world of Sharn, you will find the picture that is gracing the Chronicle this week. In the community spotlights, speaking of Sharn, Psychoblonde has been working on a map of the cogs for the wiki, so click over and check out to see what she has done. I have not looked at that yet, but since we are soon going to do the cogs next week, that should be the plan. This map might come in handy for us.
Yeah.
We have the 2019 Summer Munchkin Games. They're beginning this weekend over on Kyber. So click over, look at the forum post, see the schedule, and how you can partake in the old Munchkin Summer Games.
Now that includes obviously halflings and gnomes. Anyone else allowed in there?
Nope, those are the two shorty classes.
Okay.
Only the shorties.
Only the shorties.
High Lords of Malkir. Of course, hosting another teaching raid this Saturday, June 15th, over on Sorolona. This time around, The Mark of Death and the Fall of Truth. Click over to find out how you can partake in those. We have our fan site news section, of course, so let's jump right into that. We got a shout out for our Ravenloft Plague Patient Zero episode last week.
Oh.
Spoiler alert. That's me. I'm the patient. The damsels of DDO are taking Sharn on. So click over to watch those wonderful gals. Quest in Sharn. DDO Cast had their Sharn review part 2. A lot of Sharn stuff this week.
Oh, what a shock.
Yeah, exactly. D&D Kasplat 1.9. Ben Shopping was on the D&D stream last Sunday night. That is Patrick's group that I'm a part of. An epic show. That's all I'm going to say. Things happened. Some plans went awry. Just watch. My rogue tried to be a rogue and didn't work out so well. That's all I'm going to say.
Oops.
Streaming with Even, number 96. She is Shock in Sharn. Mickey is, of course, rating still, week 126. Click over to find out her exploits that she had in her rating. D&D PL folks are questing with the Warforged. Of course, do not speak English, only Polish. Love watching those guys. Still can't understand the words they're saying. But they're entertaining, so it's fine.
I will hope that maybe eventually you'll start picking up a couple of words in Polish.
Maybe. If I keep watching, I might. We'll see. Return to the House of Grouse is blogging, of course. And, shockingly, about Sharn. The Cogs in the Cogs is the name of the new blog post. Doug Glendower, of course, has a Bard's Life. In the Dia de Reaper Con Hyberman, whatever. That Dia Reaper show has a double A Ranger on heroics. And of course, it's Chronicle comment time.
Ooh.
If you were forced to make a weapon out of food to defend yourself, what would it be?
Make a weapon out of food?
And Gumps, I know your answer is going to involve bacon somehow, but how is going to be the question. I'm waiting
Let's
to see what Gumps has to say about this. Yes, I would say bacon because everybody loves bacon, so you just fry a bunch of bacon and then you like throw it, and then people would go chase the bacon, and then there you go. It's not really a weapon, but it
Well, that's
works.
more of a diversion tactic
It
than a
works.
weapon.
Okay, Gumsking's answer. Number 1, deploy pile of bacon. Number 2, eat bacon. Number 3, lob pineapples instead. Why would I waste the bacon? There you go. See?
uh, Especially if they're the secondary definition of pineapples.
No, now they're not grenades, by the way.
Oh, okay. Not grenades. Then, well, then the only thing I can think of food-wise would be something with with, would be a drumstick from a creature that has a very, very thick thigh bone.
Okay. All right.
Whack!
There you go. Yeah, that will work.
That should work. Now it's more of a serious weapon than anything. Some of the other things you can think of.
I guess say you took that in the literal sense, didn't you?
Yeah, I did that a little bit.
Well, of course you did.
Oh, don't I always do?
Because you're Pine Leaf, that's why.
Yes, of course.
Let's take a look at our screenshot of the week. This week it is from Clubber Lang. He is descending from the towers into the cogs, and that's the 419th DDO screenshot of the week. And that is from Claver for sending that screenshot in. More Sharn.
More Sharn, and even more Sharn.
Mm-hmm.
Then let's head into our store sales. And is there anything here that
Yeah, there is not a bad sale going on this week. It is the Rise Again sale. You're going to get 20% off select reincarnation items, your healing items, your spell point potions, and your quest elixirs. That is going to run through June the 20th. And our weekly coupon code is going to be a remove blindness potion. 5 of those. See again is our coupon code. And that as well is through June the 20th.
Then let's head into our site news. And how is your quest to get money for Origins?
It's going so well at this point. Origins, the money is now going towards Gen Con because Origins is tomorrow. So, yes. But the quest for Gen Con going fairly well. We got another donation last week. We got a $25 donation from Anonymous. A lot of those anonymous donations, which is fine. Not a problem at all. If you wish to be all spooky and mysterious, we appreciate it nonetheless, even though we don't know who you are. We love you just the same. So yeah, we are at $125 of our $600 goal. So getting there. But as I said, any little bit helps. So whatever we get of this goal is going to help at Gen Con immensely this year.
All right. Then now let's see what's coming in from the dungeon. It looks like Things from the Flood released date and prices announced. And Things from the Flood, which flood?
Well, you see, Pine Leaf, there is a loop that goes around Sweden in this game world, of course. And the loop is from the Hydron accelerometer.
Okay.
And something happened and all of a sudden, brown, murky floodwater started coming out of the ground around there. And then with that, all sorts of weird things happened, and creatures started coming forth, and all sorts of weird sci fi strangeness happened. That is just some of the wonderful storytelling you're going to get in the Things from the Flood RPG. This, of course, is the follow up to the Tales from the Loop RPG. So they kind of go hand in hand. You don't necessarily have to have played Tales from the Loop to play Things from the Flood, but this kind of continues the story a little bit.
Okay.
This book is from Modipius, of course. The book is slated to be released late next month. MSRP is going to be $45.99. Also, along with the book, you're going to get your GM screen, of course, $26.99, the price on that. Also going to get a dice set for $19.99 and a Tales from the Loop dice set as well, a $19.99 price on those as well. But yes, this is a sci-fi, alternate world, alternate timeline RPG, very sci-fi. A lot of things evolve around electrical devices. They kind of start growing monsters out of any electrical device, and everybody thinks it's from this flood, but nobody really knows why. And you are playing a group of kids that are out to find out what's going on with this. So kind of got a little Stranger Things motif kind of thrown in there as well, too. But we're going to be doing a full review on both Tales from the Loop and Things from the Flood soonish. We'll just say that over on the site. Not a...
So,
Mhm.
so Tales from the Loop is an RPG then, is what I'm
Yes.
getting. All right, because
Yes.
I keep on seeing these YouTube videos pop up. So I guess it's some group that's playing Tales from the Loop.
Okay. Yeah.
And
It's like the first of this series, and then they came out with the Tales from or the Things from the Flood, which is like a continuation of the story and uses the same game system. It's
okay,
just it's not really an expansion, it's more like an add-on to that RPG. But as I
okay.
said, look for a full review of both books coming soonish. Hopefully, I'm going to get it out before this is released, but we'll see. I actually got this book in the mail just a few days ago, actually. I've glanced at it, but that's about all I've done so far.
Then let's see what's on the screen. And Larian Studios has announced Baldur's Gate 3.
And if you subscribe to the podcast feed, you knew about this already because we talked about this in the outtakes last week. But yes, Baldur's Gate 3 has officially been announced. Everybody kind of figured it was coming. There's been some hints, there's been some teasers. We knew it was going to happen. We didn't know when. We didn't know if it was really going to happen. Well, yes, it is happening. And of course, that is from Larian Studios. As you said, this is in cooperation with the fine folks over at Wizards of the Coast. This is going to piggyback off of 5e and the new book and storyline. So it's kind of going to go hand in hand. They said you can think of the prequel that's going to lead up to this is going to be the new storyline. So you can play that in the RPG, and then you can just jump right in on your computer and play this video game as well. Watch
Can you play
the...
the game? Can you play the game without first having?
Yeah, sure you can. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just, like I said, this is just going to kind of, the whole lead up to it is going to be the new storyline book. It's Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus. That's what it is. And yes, so it's, as I said, that is going to be kind of the lead up. So you're going to play the storyline in 5e on the tabletop. And then the folks at Lyrian Studios is going to kind of pick up and piggyback off of that and do it. Watch the teaser that is out. The teaser is freaking amazing. Spoiler alert, there's a mind flayer involved.
There's a mind flayer involved. Ooh.
And I know a lot of people were saying like the teaser trailer was like kind of scary and they didn't understand it and it was too much for them. I didn't think it was all that bad. So I linked it in the article over on the site. You can go look at it, but I mean, it was kind of cool. Like I said, it involves a mind player, so you can kind of guess what happens. But I didn't think the trailer was all that bad. But there was a lot of people that was like, "That was too violent for a trailer," and I'm like, "Okay, if you say so." But yes, no release date for this, unfortunately. We'll see. They have said they're going to put this out when they feel it's ready. And they have a lot of plans for this. I mean, a lot. They want this to be the greatest computer role playing game ever released. So they are really, really working hard on this, and they have big plans for this. And WotC's working with them on it. It is going to use the 5e rule set. They have already said they've had a little problems using the 5e rule set because it kind of doesn't translate well into a video game. So they're having to tweak some things here and there. But it's so exciting! I can't wait for this.
We just hope that they avoid the previous edition.
Yes, the edition that shall not be named.
Yes.
Yes, it won't be that. Trust me, it will not be that.
All right, good.
But yes, Baldur's Gate 3 coming at some point. We're not sure when. My guess is probably next year. I doubt we'll see it this year, but we'll see.
Well, I just hope it doesn't come in the spring of 2020 because there is another video RPG that is coming out there, and that is Minecraft Dungeons. And apparently, E3 showed one of the first trailers for this.
They did, and I didn't even know this was a thing until I was watching the Microsoft E3 presentation, and they started talking about Minecraft a little bit, and then they said, "Now let's take a look at Minecraft Dungeons," and I'm like, "What the heck is that?" And then I watched it, and I was like, "Okay, this is Diablo 3 meets Minecraft. Pretty much what it is."
That pretty much describes Minecraft Dungeons. And yes, I first heard I did hear the first announcement that they made of this. I can't remember whether that was last September or the previous November or whichever. Can't remember which Minecon they announced that in, but they were coming up with the Minecraft Dungeons. Probably last September. And after that, it's been rather quiet since then. But now it looks like they are now picking up the hype for it. They're up to a stage where they can have demos, it looks like.
And they did say players are going to be faced with unfamiliar challenges and environments that have not existed in Minecraft until now. Randomly generated levels will create fresh challenges in every playthrough, and players are going to quickly learn how different gear can affect their chances against enemy mobs. And yes, there will be epic boss battles.
Of course.
So yeah, like I said, from the trailer, which is also linked in the article for this, it really looked like Diablo in the Minecraft world is kind of the best way for me to describe it. It looks pretty cool. I might actually have to check this out too, because this looks like my kind of game. I like dungeon crawlers. I like the dungeon crawlers like Diablo, where your main goal is to crawl through the dungeon and get all the loot. Not sure about the Minecraft part of it, but we'll see.
I just hope that they don't have a room filled with creepers in
it. Maybe just for you, they will.
That's right. I'll get yes, there it is. The most valuable treasure in all the game is now in this room. Unfortunately, it's guarded by 20 creepers. Good luck!
Just for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did say spring of 2020 is when this will be out. And it's going to be out on the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC. So there you go. Pretty much anywhere you think you can play it, you can play it.
Then let's head into our week in gaming. Drac, what have you been up to?
Well, I actually got a little bit of playing in. Unfortunately, it wasn't with you. I was still sick. Still was running about 101-degree fever on Monday night when we normally play. So I
Yikes.
decided, yeah, probably I'll just take some medicine and pass out. So yeah, unfortunately, we didn't play, but I did play with the Hiram static group. Of course, that is Rente and Alessa. Okay, I'm a little salty here.
Yeah.
Our plan was we were going to do Stealer of Souls
All right.
because we had got all flagged for that. We turned all the gems in, everything you needed to do to open up the thing. So we went to do it. They all got in, and it was telling me you must have the quest specified to you before you can enter. So I'm thinking, what the heck? I did all this. So I go back, talk to the people again, and then the one dude's like, oh no, you gotta have the gems in your inventory before you can talk to me. And I'm like, dude, I already gave you my gems. You already gave me the quest. I have the quest in my inventory. It says go kill the guy. So I go to the quest and it says, you must have this quest bestowed to you. Go talk to this guy. So I go back. And the same stupid thing. You must have the gems in your inventory. So they took my gems, gave me the quest, but didn't flag me for the stupid dungeon. So filled out a help request, waited about 20 minutes. No GM ever popped on to answer it. So we're like, well, crap. So what do we do now? So we abandoned that idea until I can figure out why I'm flagged for the quest according to my quest log, according to the NPC that I gave the gems to already. They all say that I have the quest, but the quest doesn't say I have the quest. So until we figure that part out, we decided we were going to go out to Evening Star and start doing that stuff because there's a couple weapons that drop out of there, which are going to be the sentient weapons. There's a dagger I'm looking for, and Rent wants, I think, a hammer, maybe? I can't remember is what he's looking for, but anyway. So we had to flag to actually get the City of Portals to open in the Underdark. So we did the Darkening, the Lost Thread, and then the Battle for Evening Star. I got all those flagged, done, boom. We did all those on Epic. This is, of course, all our Epic characters that we're running the stuff on. And then we did the House of Rusted Blades. Ran that a couple times. Alas, no drops. I know
Of course not.
nobody's shocked at that, of course. So we'll see what happens with that the next time we play. And then hopefully the GM will answer. I should log in to see if they answered my ticket. I know it's going to be as soon as I logged off, they said, well, we tried to help you, but you were offline, because that's usually what happens. So we'll see what they say. So hopefully that'll be solved, because that's a bunch of bull, you know what, to have to reflag for that, because you got to run all these quests to get these jets. It's a pain in the butt. So alas. Then the only other thing I did, talked about it a little bit. Of course, that was D&D Kasplat 1.9. That, yeah. I don't want to spoil it too much. It's a pretty epic episode. Kind of watch it. There was some things going on. There's a party in town that left all the shops closed because the shopkeepers were at the party. My rogue is a rogue. He's thinking, there's probably some good stuff in there. And we had tried to buy some stuff earlier and we couldn't afford it because all the stuff was like overpriced, basically. So I'm thinking, maybe I can see if I can get us some of this stuff, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
That went horribly wrong. I'll just put it that way.
Your five fingers failed you.
Horribly wrong. But in my defense, I was. I'm trying to think of the nicest way possible to put this. It was a railroad job. I'll put it that way.
A railroad job.
Yeah. That was a DM railroad job.
Oh, I've never heard of a DM doing something like that.
DM screwed us hard, and I'm a little salty about that too as well. We'll I'll just leave it at that. It was totally not fair how it went down at all. I don't think. It was a railroad job. That's all I'm going to say. So watch the episode. You can see what you think. You can see if you think it was done correctly or done incorrectly, because I really think it was done incorrectly. But maybe that's just the DM in me talking. But yeah, I didn't like how it went down at all. But anyway. So we'll see. So next time we play, it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the folks get Tay and I out of jail, because we're basically in jail now.
Okay.
And that was my week, pretty much. So what about you?
All right. Then in my Dragonborn, I continued on with Sharn with the same old song. I'm going through the. I'm going through Sharn one quest a week because that's the rate in which I can get things posted on YouTube for for that.
I
And
love that quest too. That is like I think one of my favorite Sharon quests
yeah,
is the same old song. I really enjoy that quest a lot.
yeah, same old song is a good one and certainly a nice. Let's see. Yes, some of them are nice and some of them are.
As opposed to
Yes,
that
same old
piece
song
of
is.
crap one we did last week.
Oh yeah, yes. The next one I have to do.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck with that. I'm going to say, what am I going to do when I fail this quest? Well, I'll say, well, don't worry. I'll go to the cogs and do a few things and actually finish it offline because I'm not going to go through this again. Going to record another episode with this. In Minecraft, I managed to complete another Mage Rage, and this one took me a long time to complete, and that's mainly because I literally spent an hour mining down underground trying to find a piece of redstone. Sometimes you're trying to look for something like redstone, you just stumble across it when the first time you are happen to be in an area where you can find it. And then of course you have days like the last when I ran that Mage Rage where digging around for an hour. And you would think digging around for an hour inside an area where you should be able to find redstone and not finding anything. Ah. But I did eventually find it and finish that. And in my main world, where I'd been building a fortification around a village, I finished up the fortification around there and I decided, well, let's go and put this thing to the test. So I stayed up for a couple of nights to make sure that no and I had two things I want to do. One is to see as if I could get a certain mob to spawn that would help to trigger a raid, so I could actually do a see if I could defend against a raid on that thing. Second of all was to see if there were any places in the town the mobs were where mobs were still spawning inside the village. I think I found two spots that were still spawnable, which I've cleared up and lit up, so I don't have to worry about that. The idea there is to make sure that no mobs get in and also to make sure that no mobs spawn inside the village itself. Now, it did create one weird event, and that is that when a wandering trader spawned and it was outside, the wandering trader is trying to get into the village because the wandering trader spawns in and then heads for the village in order to trade. And okay, I spawned in the trader, and trader spawned in, and he's trying to get into the town, which of course I sealed up so that no mobs could get inside. So it's like rushing back and forth at hyperspeed, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, doing everything it can to try to find a way into the village, and of course finding absolutely no way in. And when the next morning came, I had pity on it. I broke open the wall at a place, let him in so that he could get in and close it up again so that the wandering trader could get inside. But it's very humorous watching the trader trying to get inside the village when it's all walled up all around there. So that's a little bit of a weakness in my design right now. Is of course it's designed to keep out mobs, and yeah, it's even keeping out the friendly ones. Then in tabletop, I continued in my run through in the Thunderstone quest, to going through the various quests in there. I finished up the first quest. I ran through the first two adventures of the second quest, and pretty much getting kicked in the side in this. First off, in the first quest is all about these festering wounds that were just causing me to clog up my hand and have everything useless in there. And the second quest, the boss is very powerful, and I just could not quite get enough power in order to be able to pound on the boss. Or at least in the rare times that I was able to get enough power, I can't get enough light so I could reach the boss room. So I still got a little bit of work to do on Thunderstone Quest. I could improve my deck building so that I can be able to actually finish off an adventure. We currently have 18 supporters on Patreon. If you'd like to help support DDO players, simply go to the donations page where you can support the Players Alliance on Patreon. There you'll find rewards including a mention on the podcast of your choice, or even be a guest with us for an episode of DDO Players News. We did not receive any emails this week, but if you'd like to send us one, you can send it to podcast at ddoplayers.com. And you can also follow us on Twitter, the Players Alliance at Players Ally, DDO Players at DDO Players, Draculetta at Dracula_72, and Pineleaf at Pineleaf Needles. And you can follow Draculetta on Twitch at Draculetta_72. The Players Alliance has two shows. On Thursdays at 7 p.m. US Eastern Time, we have DDO Players News. And on Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. US Eastern Time, we have Lojo Players News. You can join us for our shows at ddoplayers.com/live. And that's all for tonight. And this is Pilot Needles reminding you to quest responsibly.